Hi, I'm Amy Kneebone, and this is my typical day in placement presentation. I did my placement at the Meadowlands Public School. So a typical day there would be at about 9 o'clock. The kids go into the school and they have a self-selected reading where they just read books for about like 10 minutes or so, and then they do O Canada and the announcements. And then, so at about 9:50, they start their writing, which is writing in journals or any type of writing activities. And then at about 10:30 to 11:10 is phonics and spelling. So they would have word walls where you'd spell a word and do a little dance to it or something. And then after that, they'll have a nutrition break from 11:10 till 11:25, and then from 11:25 to 11:55, they're out in the yard for recess. And the school has it set up where in the morning the kids should all be eating like a healthy snack to stay for like nutrition and stuff. So when they come back in from recess, they'll do a French class from 11:55 to 12:35. And what I thought was really cool about the French is when they're teaching core French to like grade 1s, 2s, and 3s, they use sign language. So it kind of helps them like learn the French, and like, it's crazy how quick you can learn when you use sign language. And then from 12:35 to 1:15, they do gym. So right now they're just doing scheduled stations. So at one station you're dribbling, another station you're skipping, or trying to use the hockey sticks with the beanbag going around pylons. And then after gym, they head back to class for math, where they were learning about coins right now. So learning to deal with money and their tenths, places, and all that type of fun stuff. And then at 1:55 to 2:25 is another recess when they're outside playing. And then at 2:25, they're back in for a nutrition break. And then about 2:40, they have this program called Roots of Empathy, where the students are learning how to care and learn a bunch of things about newborns and babies and all their milestones and stuff. So once a week, they have a Roots of Empathy class. And once a month, the baby actually comes in and they learn things about the baby and see how the baby has grown over the last month that they've seen it. And so I thought that was really cool. And then at about 3:15, they have a sharing. So they'll do a little show and tell thing, and it's like they do it every day, and it's like certain students each day. And so they'll share something that they brought from home and ask questions about it. And then at 3:30 is when they leave. And so that's a schedule from what they do during the day. And for inclusion, they have 3 autistic kids in the class. And as you can see in this picture here, they have like all the desks together. So they got like 4 or 5 students in a group. And for inclusion, they put each student, like they're just in with the everyday class. And so they'll have like one guy at one table with 5 other students, and he's doing the same work and socializing with them, and they do all the classes together with the other students. So I think that's really good on how they have them included in like the school. They go to gym, French, and they're freaking smart at French too. So that's how they include them. And for empowerment, the inclusion definition I came up with is when you include everyone in a social activity or a gathering despite their disability or differences, which I think they show really well at Meadowlands. And for empowerment, I know there's a lot of different ways you could go about empowerment. Some people, might think it means more this than other definition type things. But what really stuck out for me is how, for empowerment, they're giving an individual the right to perform a particular action. And I think they really do that well by giving these students the opportunity to learn with the other students and participate in everything that goes on at the school. So I think for inclusion and empowerment, Meadowlands does a really good job with their students. And